Hey friends, thanks for stopping by our little homestead and kind of checking and seeing what we're up to. So summer has definitely taken control. It's been in the 90s, ridiculous humidity. It's just been crazy. I'm not complaining, but we've just have so much to do that we just keep forgetting to grab the camera. Now, summer didn't start off great here in Tennessee. All through May, we had temperatures that dipped into the 40s consecutively at night. So any of like the peppers, tomatoes, none of that stuff enjoyed that type of temperature. So we had a really slow start. But then once the heat kicked in, everything's just taken off and we feel like we're constantly rushing to, keep up with it. So wanted to take a couple minutes to show you some of the gardens that I am growing this year, some things that I have in the gardens. If you watch any of our YouTube videos or you follow us on Instagram, you know that we homestead on 1 acre. And so we actually grow and raise the majority of our animals on half the acre because my house is on the property, of course, and we don't do too much with the front. So this garden bed behind me, this is the only bed that I have right now in the front of the yard. I try to be respectful of like my neighbors and people around me and stuff, but I've never had any issue. We've been here for 4 years, and everyone seems to be really cool with, what we're doing and all that. But I don't want to like push those boundaries and just like, encroach too much. And our back of our property is completely fenced in. So if anybody escapes, any of the pigs or chickens or ducks or turkeys, they are enclosed, so that's a good thing. So one of the garden beds I'm going to share with you today is directly behind me. In this garden bed, I have Roma tomatoes, I have some big boy tomatoes. I love those yellow pears. I grew them for the first time last year and they are fantastic, like absolute favorite. I really like the yellow pears. I like the orange tomatoes. They seem to have less acid in it and that seems to do so much better with me. Now I still love the good old reds, like don't get me wrong, but sometimes, I have heartburn. And so the other color tomatoes are just gentler on my digestive system. I've got beets, we've got patty pan squash. We were growing kale and mustard greens in one of the beds because we also have a greenhouse which is in the back of the property. And so we have been going to farmer's market because we've been growing in our greenhouse since April. And so we have vegetables, that's doing fantastic. I think actually Rob put a video out, or he's going to be putting a video out showing that, so you'll see that if you haven't seen it yet. I have a bug on me, y'all. It's freaking out. I felt it crawling. So, this bed right here produces so much fruit. I don't normally take anything from this to farmer's market just because this bed produces so many vegetables just for my family. So we just eat out of this one. And then the big 50-foot garden bed that we have in the back and the greenhouse, that's all of our farmer's market vegetables. I also have beets in here. We really like to juice those beets, get that good vitamin from the beets, into my system. I don't like them unless I juice them. So this is what we're doing. I wanted to kind of just take a moment, show you a little bit of the garden beds. I think I'll make a couple videos and kind of just show you how I've set my system up, how we've set our yard up. Our property. I really like to just let people know that it doesn't matter how big of a space that you have, that if you want to grow and you want to live this this lifestyle and you want to be like sustainable, it doesn't matter the size of the property, like you can do it. We do meat chickens twice a year. We just processed 40 meat chickens just a few weeks ago and raised them. They were in chicken tractors. And so we do our own chicken, we have our own fruits and vegetables, we have fruit trees back there, we have berry bushes, and we also plan on processing one of our pigs this year. We've been growing them out for about a year, so we do plan on doing that. So we'll be able to have the sustainability of having pork on our property. So that's really awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's take a peek at what we've got going on in the garden, kind of show you what we're growing, what we're doing, how everything's looking, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. All right guys, so we have several varieties of tomatoes in this garden bed, and I am literally just infatuated with them. Everything is just going so magnificent. I don't have any issues with pests right now, knock on wood. I do use neem faithfully ever since they were, you know, small, so they can kind of grow up with them. So they get neem, and the only thing that I fertilize with is fish oil. I'm really big about the fish oil. Look at that. But we have Romas, beefsteaks, we've got some cherries. I need to get in here and prune, no judging y'all. Stinking hot. And then we've got the patty pan. I actually just cut back some of the leaves to allow some good airflow in through here. It's doing so good. Today was a scorcher, so I'm definitely gonna have to get out here and get some watering done. It's so hot. This was the garden bed that we had the mustard greens and kale. It is at its end now. I'm actually going to replant some radishes in it. As you can see from the back, right there, I have just been pulling all those, you know, dead things out. Ugh, the struggle, y'all. So we've got the beets. I'm in love with the beets. They are doing so fantastic. This is the first time that I've ever grown them in an above ground bed. Normally they're in our 50-foot garden bed on the back of the property. But I am ecstatic that they are doing so well. I mean, everything is just popping and growing. So first time in the above ground garden bed, and it's doing great, y'all. Super excited. The peppers grow slow for me, but I mean, the ones in the greenhouse, my banana peppers, they have already, you know, I've already got fruit, no problem at all. But the ones outside, I know it's from May, all those 40 degrees. A couple nights it gotten like 37, 38. Peppers just don't like that. But they're starting to actually get a lot of blossoms on them now. So, of course, that makes me super excited. Look at these. Can't wait. I'm just so giddy. I do have tomatoes, of course, from my greenhouse, but to have them from here is just so awesome. So I wanted to just take a moment, give you guys a shot of one of the garden beds, kind of show you what we're doing. I do have a trellis system over here for the flowers to come up, but they were slow growing too. I mean, this weather just was not friendly to us at all this year. But I'm not going to complain. Summer's here now, so we're just going to go ahead and roll with the flow. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. I just love sharing my experience and my, you know, my successes. I even share my failures, for goodness sake, because y'all, I have just so many of them. But trial and error, right? If it doesn't work one time, I just try it a different way. Like the beets. I just planted those beets for the first time ever in the above ground garden bed, and ta-da! Like, they're doing fantastic. So thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed my quick little, you know, front yard garden bed tour. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I try to answer everybody. And if there's something in particular that you want to see, please just let me know. I have no problem sharing anything and everything. So thanks so much for stopping by. You guys have a fantastic afternoon and happy summer, y'all.